Save the Children, Part 3. Many attacks happen at night. The child grows up to fear the night and feels it's not safe to sleep. As a result, they can't stay awake in school or concentrate on their studies. Many have insomnia all their lives because of it. Later in life, work or driving can be affected because they don't have adequate sleep. Only inner healing and deliverance can stop the hurt from trauma. Demons pass from one person to another during the sex act. A person who is angry, rapes, murders, hates, or does other evil acts can, and often does, have demons. Each time of victimization brings more demons into people. Some adults may know how to protect themselves spiritually, but not many children know how to do this. Victimization puts an evil spiritual target on people. One woman had been raped by 8 different men in different times and places. She was a target. Rapists in prison have stated that they know who they can target and get away with it. Sometimes in later years, when a person who has been victimized tries to be intimate sexually, they may have sudden flashbacks and relive their traumas. Their spouse might take it for rejection or just not understand and withhold love and affection from the victimized person. They can also have a DID protector part come to the surface and tell the spouse to leave them alone. Imagine explaining this to your spouse in the morning. It can make a wedge of distrust between them and definitely hurt the marriage. So let me tell you about DIDs. Children who are abused are helpless. They can't fight back. They can't run away. They have to submit to the abuse. There's no choice for them. So God made a mental way of escape. It's called many things, but the most common name is dissociative identity disorder, and it is a literal lifesaver at first. What happens is the child hides the traumas deep down in their psyche, so they don't remember what happened to them. This way, they can sit down at the breakfast table with their abuser and believe that this is a good person. Then the abuser thinks they have not hurt the child because they are laughing and playing. The child is not happy, but coping the best way that they can. Once a child copes with trauma in this way, they will tend to automatically do this for any future traumas. This is helpful for children, but not always for adults. Later in life, the dissociative parts may come out as different personalities. The movies The 3 Faces of Eve and Sibyl's are examples of this. To illustrate the problems that can happen, I ministered to one woman who was dating a man. She would want to leave, but a dissociative part of her liked him. This part of her would hide the keys or her purse so the woman could not find them and would be unable to leave. This part of her married the man, and as you can imagine, there was such conflict in her and in the marriage. The man had worked on the same job for more than 20 years, but because of the woman's instability and volatility, he lost the job that he loved. This victimization part of a person does not forgive the abuser when the adult does. This causes the demons to have a legal right to remain and torment their victim. Even if the abuser is long dead, the abuse is still alive to torment the victim. Inner healing must take place to heal it all. Another heartbreaking thing that can happen is that the child will grow up mentally or emotionally, will stop growing mentally or emotionally. They are thought of as Asperger's syndrome, which is a developmental disorder and is a form of autism spectrum disorder. People with Asperger's syndrome have a difficult time relating to others socially, and their behavior and thinking patterns can be rigid and repetitive. Trauma-based children are not autistic, but traumas have the same symptoms and effects. Therefore, they can be labeled as autistic and misunderstood by their parents and peers. And the pain continues. In some places, it is common for people to think that if they have sex with a virgin, they will be healed of sexually transmitted diseases. Not only does this not work, but it leaves the child with a painful disease that they are unable to handle or heal. The next part will be the evil web, big money.